What's up guys? Thanks for joining me on this YouTube video. Today we're going to go over how I became a millionaire by the age of 28. So the first thing I did was what you call using leverage. So investing in rental real estate, I was able to purchase a house for 20% down payment, and whenever the price of the house went up in value, I would actually get leveraged returns. For an example, let's say we took a $300,000 house that went up in appreciation, meaning it went up in price by 3%. So 3% of $300,000 is $9,000. But here's the thing. It went up $9,000, so I gained $9,000, but I only put a 20% down payment, meaning I only put down $60,000 because 20% of $300,000 is $60,000. So if you actually calculate the return on investment here, it's actually $9,000 divided by $60,000, which is a 15% return on investment, not a 3% return on investment. So you can see how leverage returns actually 5x's your returns. So if your house goes up in price by 3%, it actually means you get a 15% return on investment because you leveraged your money. And so that's how I was able to really take advantage of that appreciation and equity increase to scale my rental real estate portfolio and grow exponentially and grow my net worth to $1 million within 5 years or so. So the second thing I want to talk about is the powerful niche that I invested in. So I invest in student housing, college town housing, where I basically buy a house, rent it out by the bedroom, create extra bedrooms where I can, and every bedroom that I create is an extra $500 to $700 in rental income. And by using this method, I'm actually able to get twice as much rental income as the normal real estate investor. So most investors will make anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 in rental income per single family home, versus for me and my clients, my mentees, we're actually making more like $2,500 to $3,500 or more per single family home. I actually even have a client who's making $9,600 on the very first single family house that he purchased. So you can see that this is a very powerful niche and allows you to scale to however your goal is. Let's say you want to be a 7-figure net worth. It allows you to reach that so much faster, and in fact most people can do this within a 5 to 7, 8 year time span. The last thing that I did that was the icing on top, let's say, is I was very persistent. So I believe in perseverance. I believe in continuing with something no matter what, even though you encounter obstacles, even though you're not so good at it. You can always get better, and the only way you truly fail at something is quitting. And for real estate investing, I never quit. So the very first house that I purchased, I actually lost over $30,000. I had a sewage line repair I needed to make, and that was $9,000. I had to put in a new HVAC system, that was $15,000. And I was really strapped for cash for a certain point. I still remember the days where I had less than $5,000 in the bank account, and I was worried if I was going to be able to make the mortgage payment and still keep this investment and everything like that. So a couple things happened here. One, I really focused on trying to make sure that I optimized the system, I maximized my cash flow, and tried to also cut my expenses along the way as well. And you have to realize that you will lose money. Most times you will lose money getting into investing in anything, stocks, real estate, bonds, Bitcoin. You will most likely lose some money at some point, but if you persist with it and you go long term, you will always make money. So let's take the example of my first house where I lost $30,000. Well, that house went up $168,000 in appreciation. So overall, I was down $30,000, but then I made $168,000 in equity. So I wasn't worried at all that I lost that initial $30,000. Even though at the time it seemed like the end of the world. So that's the most important thing, is stick with something that you're interested in for at least 3 to 5 years before you say, okay, this is not for me, because it's very important to have that persistence to really master something, because until you truly master something, it's hard to really skyrocket your returns. So that's it, guys. That's basically how I was able to become a millionaire by the age of 28. If you have any specific questions, leave them in the comments below. And please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed these videos.